Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about FBG Cash. Now, we've been talking about FBG Cash since yesterday when he lost his life, man. You know, sad to say. Dude was an up-and-coming rapper in that Chicago drill scene who had recently signed a deal, had been living out of town, and came back to Chicago, I don't know what for, probably just to visit some family or whatnot. And he ended up losing his life in a shooting, man, that had a lot of people scratching their head and wondering why. You know, it's a lot of rumors around this. There's always been talk about dissing on songs, always leading to rappers, you know, meeting an early demise and things of that nature. But it seems like the details that have been reported by the police to the news agencies have been updated as they've come along, right? And it seems like there's some new developments, like potential other shooters, and then there might also be some relevance to the fact that there were two females who were involved in this situation. One with the setup and another as the trigger person, man. Now, I'm going to be referencing a story from the Chicago Sun-Times that talks about this and gave the updated details, and also talking about a video that was put out there by a young lady who's claiming to be FBG Cash's sister. And I want to see exactly, or break down what she said, man. Now, before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this news story from the Chicago Sun-Times. Now, there's been an update to the original story that came out yesterday. And in the headline, it says this. It says, rapper FBG Cash killed, woman seriously wounded, when two gunmen jumped from Cadillac and opened fire on South Side. So basically putting it out there that there were two gunmen in this situation as opposed to just one person. You know what I mean? A lot of people thought there was one gunman with a rifle, but it looks like there were two gunmen, and this is why he was probably outmatched and couldn't defend himself properly, even if he had a gun on him himself, right? Now, the story continues by saying the 31-year-old, whose real name was Tristan Hamilton, was part of a group of rappers known as the Flyboy Gang. 2 years ago, another member of the group, FBG Durk, was killed in broad daylight on the Gold Coast. It seems like, man, there's a trend as far as the FBG is concerned of, you know, people who were associated with that crew losing their life, man. I know they had another guy by the name of FBG Brick and others, man. And what's sad is, at this point, I don't even know if there's anybody in the rap game who's still carrying that FBG. You know what I mean? I know we've got Wooski. I don't know where Wooski is in the rap game right now, but, you know, I hear there's big things on the back end, like he's working with some real big players in the rap game, and we'll see more about that in the future. But to be honest, FBG Cash was supposed to be included in all of that from what I heard, you know what I mean? But let's continue through the story. Now it says a rapper from Southside was killed and a woman with him was seriously wounded Friday after two gunmen got out of a black Cadillac and fired nearly 24 rounds at them. Tristan Hamilton, 31 years old, who performed under the rap name FBG Cash, was hit at least 13 times and was pronounced dead at Christ Medical Center in Oaklawn, according to police. So that's a different medical center than the one that they talked about before, right? And this time they're saying that he was hit 13 times. So they know exactly how many times he was hit, and they know exactly how many shooters there were, apparently. Now, there was a 29-year-old woman who was shot in the left arm and upper back and was taken in serious condition to the same hospital, right? Now, what's crazy is the young lady who was in this situation, she's getting a lot of flack on social media, I should say, right? Because a lot of people believe that she was in on the setup. Now, I don't think that's true at all. I don't believe that at all, because nobody would set somebody up and then end up getting shot in the back and arm as well from a rifle. Like, there's no, you know what I mean? Like, that would be a horrible setup. And you'll learn in the story in a second, man, that it looks like he tried to get up out of there. But the story goes on to say this. It says Hamilton had been driving around about 5:30 a.m. with the woman asleep in the car when the Cadillac cut him off in the 1600 block of West 81st Street, and two people got out and began shooting, according to police records. Now, according to the police reports, two people got out and started shooting. So he was drastically outgunned in this situation. Now, when the officers arrived, they found 23 shell casings at the scene, including 14 from a rifle, the report said. So it seems like there was 9 extra shell casings. Some of those probably could have been from FBG Cash shooting back on his trying to protect himself or whatnot, right? Now, sources initially reported Hamilton grabbed a handgun and returned fire, but police reports indicate he ran from the shooters before eventually falling to the ground. So it looks like he ran, got clipped, and fell to the ground, and that's where they shot him, you know what I mean? Both gunmen fled in a black Cadillac, and no one is in custody. And I've said this before, man. I think they're probably going to find somebody because they're getting all the details out of there. Like, we start to find a little bit more each and every time, you know what I'm saying? And it looks like they're pointing in the right direction of finding out who carried out this shooting. Or let's call it what it is, this hit. Because this was definitely a targeted hit where they were like, yo, they were looking for FBG Cash, and they ran up on him, 2 gunmen with a rifle, and they ended up taking his life, right? Now, another thing that's going on social media right now, right, is there's a young lady who's claiming to be FBG Cash's sister. Now, she's on social media, and she's basically saying that FBG Cash, talking about him being set up by 2 females. She's saying it was some females that did this, some women who did this. It didn't have anything to do with drill rap or anything like that they were sending texts and stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to play it because there's some music on there or whatnot, but in the video, that's basically what she gets to. She says that he was set up by some females and that she was hot, that they took her brother from her, and that, she wasn't going to let this go. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't going to just let this slide. Now, I don't know what that means or what she means by that, but she could possibly be FBG Cash's sister. I'm not sure. People do things that clout chase. And I seen another video where, it was somebody confirmed that it's his sister. And she looks kind of like him. So I wouldn't doubt if it was. But regardless, man, they must be going through a tough time right now, so condolences to his family. But what do you guys think about that, man? That it was 2 gunmen, one with a rifle. And I'm not sure if the other had a handgun or if they both had rifles. But they did find 14 shell casings from a rifle. So maybe that was combined from 2 different rifles, you know what I mean? Or that could have been, the leftovers could have been from Cash, FBG Cash shooting back. So crazy situation regardless of how you chop it up. And another loss for the Chicago drill scene, man. And as I said, man, it's gonna be more information as we watch this story. Watch, man. Eventually they're gonna find somebody or catch somebody in this situation because they already got the make on the car. It ain't too hard. Make and model on the car. I mean, from then on, just following the car through the traffic lights and stuff like that, they'll probably find somebody. We'll see how this turns out. But with that, this has been your boy Big Man. What do you guys think, man? Tell me in the comments. What have you seen this video? And I'm going to link it actually in the description. And you can check it out, man, on social media. And tell me what you think about this young lady claiming to be FBG Cash's sister. And what do you guys think about the fact that now it's being reported that there's 2 gunmen in this situation that, ended up taking his life. Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this side content. And we out of here. Peace.